This week, Parliament is celebrating its 170th birthday. A lot has happened in and around this place since 1854, so let's quickly look at some of the milestones and highlights. Way back in 1853, the first ever parliamentary election was held, with 37 MPs elected. The next year, Parliament officially opened, but you may be surprised to learn that MPs originally met in Auckland. This was the case until 1865, when Parliament moved south to Wellington, where it's been ever since. In 1867, 4 Māori seats were created with the Māori Representation Act. The New Zealand Liberal Party became New Zealand's first political party after winning the election in 1890. 3 years later, thanks to a series of petitions led by Kate Sheppard, another woman, New Zealand became the first self-governing country in the world to give women the right to vote. In 1907, a large fire destroyed most of Parliament's buildings. A replacement building, Parliament House, was finished in 1912, and this remains as our Parliament building today. The early 20th century saw a lot of firsts for Parliament. In 1923, Charles Statham became the first New Zealand-born Speaker of the House. In 1933, Elizabeth McCombs became the first female Member of Parliament, and in 1949, Iriaka Ratana became the first Wahine Māori Member of Parliament. After a vote the previous year, the Upper House, or Legislative Council, was abolished in 1951. This established New Zealand as a unicameral parliament. This means we only have one legislative house or chamber. In 1967, the prohibition, around since 1917, was lifted, meaning alcohol could be sold past 6 p.m. In 1977, New Zealand's iconic Beehive building was opened by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. 15 years after the Pitihana Reo Māori petition was presented at Parliament, Te Reo Māori became an official language in 1987. New Zealand's electoral system changed in 1993 following a referendum, which got rid of first past the post and brought in mixed member proportional, or MMP, with the first MMP election in 1996. In 1997, the Right Honourable Jenny Shipley became New Zealand's first female Prime Minister. Then, in 2005, the Right Honourable Margaret Wilson became the first female Speaker of the House. New Zealand gained another official language in 2006, following the passing of the New Zealand Sign Language Act. In 2013, Lewis Wall's Members' Bill was passed, which changed the Marriage Amendment Bill to allow same-sex couples in New Zealand to marry. Finally, the 2020 election saw the Labour Party achieve a large enough share of the vote to govern alone. This is the only time a party has achieved this since MMP was introduced. And that is 170 years of parliamentary history. 170 years old has never looked so good. Today, Parliament continues to represent, advocate and scrutinise. Remember, there are lots of ways to engage with Parliament, from making a submission, contacting an MP, voting in elections, or protesting an issue that you feel passionate about. So get involved and have your say.